Alright guys, all the buzz you may have heard in the community is correct. There actually was today a small bug fix patch pushed to the beta branch of Noita. The first update to this game in over 2 years. What exactly does this patch do? Fixes a couple small issues with enemy behavior, which we'll get into. Fixed a security vulnerability in the modding API, which I am not going to go into for obvious reasons, because it's not yet pushed to the public branch. However, before we get into anything, I just want to say, guys, please dial back your expectations. This does not mean at all that there's going to be all of a sudden a bunch of content added to the game. And that's one of the reasons why maybe they haven't pushed a patch until now, which was actually mentioned by one of the developers all the way back during my Christmas Eve stream. Pampuli was hanging out in chat and we started talking about this topic. I was showing people how to exploit the game by using the wand, the 5-wand inventory exploit. And then Hemp was like, I wish I could go back and fix a couple things like the HP bug with the big friendo, but alas. And then I asked him if there was any possibility at all of any kind of a bug fix patch, to which he replied, I don't think it's impossible, but relatively unlikely at this point since the team has kind of moved to their own things. Plus COVID has made it a bit harder to make something like a get-together happen. Totally fair. But then he continued with, I've pondered about asking the others if I can make a couple fixes on my own and get them put in, but the others might feel that it'd be a bit unpleasant in terms of making players wish and wait for more updates. I'm putting out this video to let all you guys know what is happening right now with this patch, what it has done, but I do not want to falsely hype everyone up. But then during my stream, I told him my opinion of all this. Of course, everyone who plays this game, everyone's gonna be like, content, yeah! But I think the community at large is okay with not any more content. This game has a ton of content, and I think we all would agree on that. Of course, there are gonna be some people who are gonna want more or whatever, but having a couple of bug fixes would be just totally amazing. Just putting that out there. And I think the majority of the community the tight part of the community would agree on that. Just having a few little bug fixes would be absolutely incredible. And then he replied with, yeah, maybe I should bring it up. And then I personally enjoyed adding more content to this, and that stuff is kind of intoxicating. There's always more to add. And then I guess if the others let me put in one patch, I'd add one more super obscure enemy that's nearly impossible to find. Before, I'm a bit sad that I didn't end up hiding a Nokia 3310 in the lake like I originally planned. So no, this patch does not mean there's going to be just a massive flood of content again, but it doesn't not mean that. But I do not, just please keep your expectations in the realm of reality, okay? Anyway, so what enemy behavior was changed? Well, we're gonna head down to Mechacolmy now, because there was a variable in Mechacolmy's script that was changed, but I don't know what this variable does, and I don't think anybody else does yet. It may not do anything, but something changed with Mechacolmy. But the reason why we're here is for the spatial awareness perk, because we're gonna head to the friend cave, because now, oh yes, if you take out all of the small horror monsters, Big Friendo does become suitably tanky. It's not quite perfect, but projectile and slice damage will actually heal him. The way that it is right now, you might be able to avoid triggering Tovari's buffs by killing multiple horror monsters at the same time. Anyway, this wand build right here is actually an infinite damage build that will one-shot New Game plus 28, 34 Orb Colmy, the most powerful version of the final boss in existence. But to Tovari, bop, Tovari just tanks it. No damage at all. It actually heals him. But I threw an entire flask of pheromone on his head because he has a matter-eating component, so he's a little bit more difficult to stain than your typical enemy. But now let's just lead him someplace real quick. Almost there. You have angered the gods? Yeah, so what? You have angered Tovari. Thanks, buddy. What a good puppy. And this is what happens when Kolmisilma has incurred the wrath of Tovari. He does a pretty decent amount of damage, but it's mostly that he's just extremely tanky. If you do want to defeat fully powered up Tovari, this wand build right here from Latali, just a quick example wand, will show you Tovari's main weakness, which is drill damage. You can very quickly take him out this way. And no, unfortunately, he does not drop the giant Spelunky reference gold nugget, but it's still all fine. And again, if you don't know how to access the beta branch, it's just right here in Steam. I don't know about GOG, but I'm assuming you can access it in GOG as well. Anyway, guys, there you go. If there are any other patches to come, of course, I will be covering literally everything. I've been saying it since the beginning. If anything happens with the cauldron or the eyes, you know that I'm going to drop everything immediately to cover those things. Anyway, all right, have a great day. Thank you very much for watching, and happy noiting and befriending the newly tanky Tovari.